Hello, purpose chasers. Welcome to my community of like-hearted people where we normalize talking about dreams, visions, life purpose, and abundance. If you're new, my name is Sonia, and on this channel we learn about psychology, self-development, law of attraction, and tips for artists to become the best version of themselves. Let's get straight into today's video. Do you ever feel unsafe for speaking your truth? Does being seen in your authenticity feel threatening? Do you dim your own light, shrink yourself, and hide your gifts not to shock others? Do you ever feel guilty for being in the spotlight? If you recognize yourself in at least one of these points, this video is for you. Chapters of this video. What is fear of success? Examples of fear of success. Fear of being seen. Fear of being beautiful. Fear of success in performers. The witch wound. My experience as a performer. Fear of fame. Fear of success on social media. And solutions. How to overcome fear of success. A lot of people talk about fear of failure, and they are paralyzed by fear of failure. But that's just one side of the coin. To me, that's not even that bad. You go out there, you mess up, you make a fool of yourself, you go home, you're upset, but you learn for the next time. But what about fear of success instead? To be able to be seen in your greatness, in your authenticity, and confidently hold that public stare. Isn't that scary? Can you do that? I would like to share a quote that you probably know by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Isn't that amazing? I love this quote. These are words to live by. What is fear of success? Fear of success is the feeling of guilt, unease, or anxiety that comes with exposure, and the consequences that this may have on our life. For example, outgrowing and losing friends, losing privacy, changing home and lifestyle, not being able to maintain that level of success, fear of the spotlight, and imposter syndrome, which is the feeling that we are not as good as other people in our field, no matter our qualifications, educations, experience. However, fear is not the end of the world. Fear is actually necessary. Without fear, we couldn't be brave. If everything was easy, we wouldn't need to be brave. Fear of success can manifest in very subtle ways, and we may not even be aware of it. Sometimes fear of success can manifest in the form of procrastination, leaving tasks, homework, or practice to the very last minute. So if you mess up, if you're not ready for an exam or for a show, you can confirm your limiting belief. See, I'm not good enough. You're just sabotaging yourself. Your subconscious mind wants to confirm that identity of not being good enough, an identity that maybe is ingrained in you since childhood. So you have to become aware of this pattern, recognize it, and start doing something about it, because it can be fixed. Sometimes you could be spending hours of your day watching videos on how to be successful, how to throw the perfect kick, how to improve your life, instead of doing the very thing that you need to do to become successful. Knowledge without practice is wasted. Knowledge and experience, knowledge and practice together That's wisdom. You don't need another tutorial on how to be more productive. Just sit down, remove distractions, and write a fucking book. I'm telling you this against my own interest. Pause this video, do what you have to do, and come back to me later. I'm not going anywhere, I'm online. Sometimes I get this impulse to clean my bedroom. Me, the worst cleaner ever. Then I pause and I'm like, hold on. Do I really want to clean my bedroom right now? Or maybe I'm just looking for an excuse not to write my book. You got to be honest with yourself. Or you could take up new hobbies and doing everything under the sun except for the very thing that you have to do consistently to be successful, to show up in your greatness. I developed a sensor now for this bullshit. If I find myself signing up for the new horse archery course, which is so exciting, my sensor goes like bzz, 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 self-sabotage, procrastination. You're just self-sabotaging yourself because you don't want to sit down and write your book. So stop wasting your time on hobbies and things that really don't align with your soul purpose at the moment. I love when I'm more myself in these videos instead of reading a script. Maybe I should stick to it. I'm better than I thought. But how could I know if I didn't try? How could I know? So check in with yourself. You might seem like a very interesting and busy person from the outside for having all these hobbies, but check if these hobbies truly align with your life purpose. Because if you want to be a songwriter and then you go boxing with kangaroos in Australia, yes, you're brave, definitely. Yes, you can open up your mind to new stimuli and boost your creativity, no doubt about it. But are you maybe running away from sitting down with your deepest feelings and putting them into a song? Because that's scary as fuck. You are scared of your own potential, of your own juice, of your own light, of all that power that you could release in a song. It's too cold in this country. Often behind fear of success, there is fear of being seen, or better, fear of being perceived, which is becoming more common with social media. People have perceptions of us based on their own limiting beliefs, their upbringing, their thoughts, and they project these limiting beliefs onto us. So they create an idea in their head that couldn't be farther from the truth sometimes. They don't know you. They don't know what's inside your head. They just think they know you based on what you post on social media or by how you interact with them those 2 times in a year. So nobody has a say on how you can live your life except for yourself. Nobody knows you as well as yourself. Not even your mother, your best friend, your boyfriend, nobody, okay? So only you can decide what's best for you and how you can live your own life. Also, playing it small and dimming your light could be a response caused by trauma. If you grew up in a family where your voice didn't matter, or if you were a victim of abuse where, of course, your voice didn't matter, you may be pushed to play it safe and avoid the spotlight, not to put yourself at the center of attention, like just to protect yourself, to stay safe, to stay comfortable, and avoid any further pain. This is also true if you have a more reserved and introverted personality. One example could be wearing black all the time, or wearing baggy clothes not to bring any attention to your body and to yourself. Or you could put on a lot of weight or muscles not to be appealing to the opposite sex. It's not always a matter of trends or overeating. Sometimes there is something deeper. And no judgment here, but that could be one of the causes that you use to protect yourself. Especially nowadays, if everyone is wearing jeans and joggers and to go around town, and you're wearing a nice dress with your posture up, shoulders back, head up, and you walk like you mean it, you're going to get attention. You may not do it for attention, you may do it because you love yourself and you love to appear good, to look good and feel good, but you're definitely going to get attention. And it is scary to be that beautiful. It is terrifying. You could attract the wrong attention. You could put yourself in danger. And you could trigger jealousy in other unhealthy women. Since we were little girls, we were taught not to wear miniskirts, not to expose too much cleavage, not to go out alone at night. Now, is every woman a bitch and every man out there a creep ready to prey on us? Absolutely not. Most men are gentlemen, at least the men I know, and they only want to protect women. Think about your brother, your father, your grandfather. Are they bad people? No, they're not. But our subconscious wants to keep us safe. So safe that we develop fear of being beautiful and terror of being sexy. One time a girl told me, I'd rather wear joggers and sneakers than trying to be sexy. We don't try to be sexy, we just are. It's our nature. We're all sexy. But this shows that as soon as you start wearing fitted dress and maybe heels, you're going to be judged. And you're going to be judged based on their perceptions, their thoughts, their opinions, not based on who you truly are on the inside. Like in the movie Malena with the stunning Monica Bellucci. That shows that beauty can be a double-edged sword. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the movie, skip this part, because I'm gonna talk about the movie. Malena is a 27-year-old woman, and she is the erotic dream of everyone in a small town in Sicily, from middle school kids to soldiers and even priests. All men desire her. She is a loyal woman who is devoted to her husband, who is fighting in World War II. But her only fault is to be exceptionally beautiful. Of course, this triggers jealousy in other women in town, who say she is a whore, and in the end, they cut her hair and they beat her up badly. After hearing the news that her husband has died in war, and after being abandoned by everybody, including her father, she is so miserable and hurt that she actually turns into a prostitute, using her own beauty to her advantage, as nobody wants to give her a job. What difference does it make anyway? Her reputation is already destroyed by hateful rumors. Eventually, Malena leaves town, and when she comes back years later, she appears more modest, more mature. She doesn't wear heels anymore. Although she is still beautiful, she's not a threat anymore. But straight away, the other women in town say, well, she started to get her first wrinkles though, just to put her down and feel better about themselves. Snow White represents a similar situation. It's not the prince who kisses her and saves her the problem. It's the witch who is jealous of her beauty. Cinderella is the same with her mother-in-law and the two daughters. They think that by pushing her down, they can become more attractive themselves. This is a common fear in us women. To be desired by men and to be hated by other women. That should never be the case. Women don't compete. Have you ever seen two female pigeons competing for the male attention? No, they're just chilling on the roof, they're doing their own thing. Then the male comes along and whatever. But they don't fight. We don't need to fight because there is enough for everybody. My beauty doesn't take away from your own. Somebody else's success doesn't take away from your own. We all can shine in our unique way. We're all different. Think about The Hollywood stars and models, they're all different from each other. One is blonde, one has dark skin, one has red hair, different body types, different shapes, but we all love them in their uniqueness. Because of this fear of being seen, fear of being beautiful, most women tone it down and they never step into their greatness. Especially nowadays, we are so conditioned to compare ourselves with other people and feel bad about ourselves. It's almost like everybody has to stay in this gray area. Nobody can stand out because we don't have the courage to stand out. But if other people do, we feel threatened. So everybody has to keep the status quo. I work in a fashion boutique and I help women feeling confident in their own skin by helping them find the best outfit, the best dress for their complexion, skin tone, body type, and personality. Unfortunately, the amount of women who try on a dress or an outfit and is not 100% happy with their face, their body, or the final result is greater than the ones who come out of the fitting room saying, wow, I feel so good today, I look amazing, this dress makes me feel like a goddess. Which is something I will probably do, and I actually did say many times after trying the dresses of the boutique. Because it's not about feeling superior, it's having a laugh, like being confident in yourself, in your own skin, and being okay to be beautiful, to stand out, to love yourself and let it show. It's okay. When you are confident in yourself and in who you are, you don't hate on other women, and the world becomes a better place. Why are we so conditioned to play small and stay in the safe zone to keep others comfortable, and at the same time feeling threatened by those who have the courage to stand out? Personally, I love when I see a confident woman who is confident in her own skin, and you can see from the way she walks, from the way she carries herself. She doesn't have to do or say anything. She has that energy of, I believe in myself, I am worthy of wearing this dress, this outfit. And I love that. I would love to see more of that. I don't feel threatened at all by her. I feel inspired, I feel energized, I feel happy to be around her. People who get triggered by your beauty and your confidence are the people who need to work on themselves, because they believe that your beauty, your confidence, and your greatness takes away from their own. And that way you're thinking in scarcity instead of abundance. You think that there is not enough for everybody. There is not enough to go around. So that's what you're gonna get, because you focus on lack of beauty, lack of confidence, and you get into this spiral where you will never ever feel good enough. You will never feel like you have enough, and you will always hate on other people who do better than you. Now think about J-Lo and Shakira during their Super Bowl performance. Would they compete with each other? No, they would spoil their personal magnetism. They are two amazing performers, but they are there to do their own thing with their own voice, with their own outfit, okay? And they don't care about what Mary from Oklahoma thinks about their performance. They don't dim their light to keep her feel safe on their couch, okay? Imagine if J-Lo never put herself out in the world because her aunt didn't approve of her aspirations. We would never have J-Lo, right? The more you go out doing and wearing what you truly love without caring about what everyone else thinks, the easier it gets. It's like a muscle that you have to train. Also, if people look at you, they are not necessarily thinking anything bad. Maybe they are looking at you because you're beautiful. And just accept that, take it and say, yes, I am beautiful. Think that instead of thinking, maybe my outfit is wrong, maybe my underwear is showing, maybe my posture is bad. Why do you think bad things? They might be thinking excellent things. They might be thinking, wow, I want to be like her. Your fear of standing out is holding you back. Just enjoy yourself, be true to yourself, and see what happens. Now we got to my favorite part, fear of success in performers. When it comes to singing, busking, dancing, or performing in general, fear of success may show up in little things like not releasing your full voice, full bold moves, full power, not to shock others, which is exactly what they want to see and what they paid for. By trying to play it safe and look normal, you're actually sabotaging yourself and sabotaging your magic. Because you have to access that place where you don't care about who is around, who is watching, what they're going to say after, and you just lose yourself in the moment, in the dance, in the song, in the poem, in the public speech, in whatever you're doing, and you completely disconnect from the room in a way. Like, of course you feed off their energy, but you're not there, you don't care. You're in your own world, in your own zone. And whenever you let yourself go completely like a wild beast, you allowed people in the audience to let go of their control, which is exactly what they want, because let's be honest, everybody wants to lose control. I get so excited when I talk about these things. My eyes just shine, my skin shines, rather than when I'm reading a script, because performing is my word. I'm so passionate about it, and I would like you, who maybe are just starting out, to feel the same way that I do, to learn about what I'm talking about, to reach that level when you don't care and you're just enjoying yourself, and it's the most delicious feeling in the world. Oh my god. I'm getting so excited. Imagine if you just joined a Zumba class, but you're already a dancer. However, instead of letting yourself go in a wild dance and show off your moves, you keep them very small and controlled, not to outshine others, not to make them feel like they cannot dance. And I was definitely guilty of this in the past, when I was a bit afraid to stand out and let my body go. Now I don't care. Now I'm not afraid to be sexy, I'm not afraid to be confident, and I'm not afraid to enjoy myself, no matter if the other can't move or whatever. I'm just there to dance and show my light. In order to be a great performer, you have to bypass the ego barrier. You have to believe that you are worthy of being there on stage, you are worthy of being great, and you are worthy of being seen. People are mirrors, not just when they see a performance, but also in everyday life. If you are nervous and talk with a shaky voice or sing with a shaky voice, you can make people feel unease, on edge. They can sense that nervous energy. So when you're singing and you stop caring, you let go of the beast. You allow people to let go of their resistance as well. And that's what they want. You awaken something in their belly that they cannot define, something irrational. Because singing, dancing, all these activities, they are irrational, delightfully irrational. You cannot rationalize them. You cannot ask yourself, oh, why is the dancer doing a split there? You just look and feel things. Like, we are performers, we make people feel things. If you are in your head thinking about the right chord or the lyrics of a song and not embracing your emotions, you cannot transmit anything to your audience. You're just like a wall. You need to be open, vulnerable, raw, authentic. If you want to be a performer, you cannot be self-conscious and go halfway. You cannot think about, oh, why does Aunt Mary think about my costume? Or what do they think of me? Or, oh my god, I played the wrong chord and now what do I do? You have to bypass all that and just show your energy, show your greatness. They are there to see you in your greatness. Show it, embrace it. Nobody cares if you made a mistake. It's not an exam in school, okay? I talk about this topic in detail on my video Confessions of a Performer, so go check that out if you haven't yet, because you're going to love it. Now, regarding fear of success, fear of being seen, there is also an element of what is known as the witch wound, whether you're a witch or a wizard. This is an inbred collective trauma that can hold us back and prevent us from achieving our goals. The witch wound can manifest as fear of being seen, fear of speaking up, fear of stepping into your full potential. Back in the days, if we were too loud, too outspoken, too masculine, too feminine, too much, too wise, too beautiful, we would be burned at the stake for daring to express ourselves. Our ancestors witnessed these atrocities, and they carried this enormous fear within themselves and in their DNA, and they passed it on to us. Hence, we think that if we put ourselves out there, if we dare to share our voice with a book or with a song, we would get ostracized, tortured, or killed. Which is partly true, because when you put yourself out there, you inevitably receive an enormous amount of support and critics, love and hate, no matter how pure is your heart and how pure your intentions are. Being seen in your power also means being vulnerable, being exposed. This is extremely scary, but the only solution is to be brave, brave in the face of fear, and show the world who we are. If we die in the process, at least we die trying to be our best self, our most authentic self. In my experience, playing small sometimes happens in micro habits. For example, dressing up and getting ready to perform. But then when it's time to add red lipstick, I would say, no, maybe it's too much. I would get too much attention. Or maybe I wear super plain black clothes in the gym in order to tone it down and be taken seriously, while I could well wear a pink yoga matching set and show off my body. Personally, I fear success much more than I fear failure, but I'm working on it, because if you fear success, success fears you. Failure never stopped me. In some cases, it only made me push harder. I go out there, I start singing in the middle of the street. I sing half of the song off key. I make a fool of myself. So what? I go home and I learn for the next time. I write the best book of my life. I put all my heart into it, and I hope for the best. It doesn't sell, it's a flop, nobody reads it, I get a lot of critics. Not a lot, but a little bit. So what? It's heartbreaking, but I write a new one, even better than before. Or I make a super reel that I think is fire, and it only gets 10 likes and I lose 10 followers. So what? Move on, make a new one. You never know who is watching anyway. Among those 10 people, there could be a talent scout, and your life could change overnight. But if you never put yourself out in the world because you're afraid of what people may think, you will never get opportunities. Do other people have the courage to do what I do? Probably not. So why should I care about what they think anyway? They don't know me. They don't have the courage to do what I do. They just judge. It means there's nothing in their life, so they spend time looking at me and what I'm doing. It makes no sense to me. I just do it, who cares? Every time I go basking, my body feels paralyzed and wants to keep me safe. But are there real dangers like tigers and lions, as my mind makes me believe? No. Every time I go out there and I overcome my fear, I get new friends, opportunities, compliments, interviews, gigs, money, wisdom, experience, everything I want, and happiness, like what makes me the happiest girl in the world. Just at the other side of fear, look, you think a lot of things are going to happen, and sometimes we're so creative, we think about anything that could go wrong, but what about thinking what could go right? All the opportunities you could have. And even if I fail, Nobody cares as much as I think. People are concerned with their own lives and their own problems. And honestly, I learn more when I mess up than when everything goes smoothly. I go home and I think about the mistake and I fix it for the next time, and then I'm unstoppable. Whenever I fail, I readjust and level up. But success instead. Imagine being contacted by an independent label who loves your music and wants to collaborate with you. They offer you a 4-year contract, so you have to write your own songs, play live music, take planes to go to London to meet them, show up even when you don't feel like it, instead of cleaning your bedroom, let's say that. Success requires a lot of work, and the majority of people is not willing to put in the hours, the determination, the focus, so they avoid it altogether. Remember this next time you say, fear of success does not exist. If it was easy, everybody would have it, and it's not just fear of failure that stops you, I'm telling you. Also, the word success can be vague and have different meanings for different people. For some, it may mean live a happy and fulfilled life, and I'm definitely part of this category. In the West, however, success is viewed more as monetary or materialistic even. First off, you have to decide for yourself, what do you want? Do you want money or do you want fame? Because they're not the same. With a lot of money, you can travel the world low-key, invest in yourself, get the best mentors, support your family, keep your inner circle, keep your privacy. It still comes with responsibilities though, as a lot of millionaires, a lot of lottery winners, they blow up their money in a couple of years and they go bankrupt. You need to be discerning and do a lot of inner work before even considering receiving that amount of money. You need to be solid in who you are, or you're going to lose your mind. Do the inner work first, and then the outside reality adjust to match your frequency. Money can amplify who you are already at the core. If you're a good person with a lot of money, you can still be a good person and give back to your community, give to your family, give to your friends, improve the world. Money doesn't make you bad, it's just a tool. The use you make of it changes. But if you're a bad person with a lot of money, then that is different. However, fame can be even more scary when you cannot even go to the shop to buy bananas without being recognized and mobbed. Imagine having no privacy and being watched for everything you do. Imagine having to go on TV and answer to a lot of questions about your life when all you want to do is keep your life private and living a peaceful life. If your dream is to become an influencer, be ready for the aftermath. Maybe the fact that your best video hasn't gone viral yet is just a blessing to protect you from a tsunami of critics that you're not able to deal with yet. You need to be mentally strong because fame is not for everyone. You need to work on yourself first and avoid seeking validation from the outside. Validate yourself first. Be solid in who you are, and then they cannot attack you. Whatever you do, you know who you are, you know what you stand for, and you are brave in the face of adversities. So know exactly what you want first and which level of success you want, because you may want to become successful in your small community, and that's fine. That doesn't put you in danger as if you were a superstar who cannot even go out without a bodyguard. There's different levels. There is monetary success or success in a family, so many different things. So know what you want and be careful what you wish for, because you might get it. Of course, we are all human and we are allowed to make mistakes and change our mind. If you dream to be an influencer, but then when you become an influencer, you don't like that. Spending hours and hours of your day on your phone answering to questions and DMs and whatever, instead of working on your passion. Like, you don't like that shit, you really don't. But how could you know? So if you make a mistake, you can always go back to a regular job, for example, and we all fail, we all succeed. All the best people take risks. Go for it if that's your calling. And if you like it, Go all the way, don't hold back, be your authentic self no matter who is watching, because the moment you stop caring about who is watching your videos and not to offend anybody, that's when you're going to get the results you want. Some people will leave, some people will stay, but that's how you're going to build your community of like-hearted people, people who support your vision and share their ideas and their vision. They feel safe in your community. So go all the way, you can shine, you deserve to be successful. About fear of fame, I would like to share my experience of when I ended up on the Italian national newspaper, the most read newspaper in Italy, for being a street musician. Instead of taking advantage of that massive opportunity and using it as a stepping stone to my success, after the first initial excitement, I felt chicken shit. I felt overwhelmed. I wasn't ready to receive that amount of exposure back then. And I didn't do anything to ride the wave of success. Even worse, I stopped playing on Shop Street out of fear of being recognized, fear of being seen in my greatness. At the same time, the imposter syndrome kicked in and I didn't feel good enough to be on the newspaper. You can only receive what you are willing to hold. And most important, you can only receive what you are willing to heal. If you haven't worked on your past traumas or limiting beliefs that still block you, it's not your time to receive yet. You have to prepare the soil first. Let go of the old, scared, little version of yourself and welcome the new, expansive version of yourself who can hold that public stare and be in her authenticity with no fear. Then you can attract anything you desire. With fame came a lot of critics from complete strangers. I got called gypsy, lazy, reject of society, gold digger, street prostitute, and so on. However, the negative comments didn't bother me at all. I didn't even read them. They just made me laugh, thinking about how imaginative people were. They were saying, is it your father or your grandfather that's maintaining you abroad? And by the way, they are both in heaven. On the other hand, I got massive support and admiration. People were contacting me looking for advice on how to start a new life abroad, how to make a living with music. People were saying things like, I want to come to Ireland to see you. When are you coming back to Italy? I would love to meet you. Or even, would you be interested in being my guest at my radio show based in Rome? Although receiving these comments was definitely flattering, all of a sudden I felt small, not worthy of being on the national newspaper. I was only a girl with a guitar, and my voice wasn't even that great. I never had a singing lesson. As a result, I kind of disappeared from the scene in order to protect my peace. And I went backwards. So it was not fear of failure that stopped me, but more fear of success. However, because of my mentality, I stepped back and I thought to myself, okay, I don't like this exposure. I don't like to having to show up every day out there in the real world with real people. So how can I balance this? How can I share my art and express myself in other ways that don't require me being in front of a public all the time? So I start to create choreographies at home, to write my book, to create YouTube videos where there's a bit of separation between me and the audience. I can still connect with the audience, but I'm not in their face. If you're struggling with fear of success, fear of exposure, fear of being seen, I'm with you. But we are working on it. Once we know the cause, we can act on it and get ready to receive. You have so much to give to the world, to hide in your bedroom wondering, what if I had tried? Just try and see. What do you have to lose? Let's befriend our fears and allow ourselves to become who we were born to be. Now, the next chapter is fear of success on social media. And I found this part to be a little bit more superficial than the previous ones. But at the same time, it's very 2024, and we all do these tiny little habits, tiny little things that bring the attention away from ourselves. Let's get started. An example could be when you want to post something and then you edit the caption 10 times not to offend anybody, not to show off. How many of you have created a fire post with an even more fire caption and then tone it down just a touch so you don't offend anybody, you don't sound too arrogant, too full of yourself, too weird even, too authentic, just to keep everybody feel comfortable, while in reality you're just living your best life? Or maybe you can add emojis or ha ha ha, he he to distract from your greatness. For example, you wrote a beautiful poem and you post it on social media. You write the caption, I'm a genius, ha 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 ha. No, ha ha ha, you're a genius, period. Or I train arms today, I'm a superhuman, ha 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 ha. No, ha ha ha, you are superhuman, because somebody who hits the gym is already 10 steps ahead of the one who is scrolling on his phone. But you don't want to outshine others and make them feel or look lazy, so you just tone it down just a touch, You're a monster, you're an actual fucking monster, but you just play it small, especially women. I don't think men do this. And also it's not for everybody, because there's also the far end of the spectrum, people showing off on social media all the time, absolutely not afraid of offending other people. Whatever they do, they have to post it. And actually this screams insecurity to me, because it's almost like they can't do anything in their life without seeking for outside validation. There's a big difference between the songwriter who doesn't share his music because he doesn't feel good enough, and the attention seeker who posts selfies every 2 hours, even if she's doing nothing in her life, but just to get the likes, the attention. So there's the far end of the spectrum here. We have to be careful. As I said, this chapter is a bit more superficial, but these are tiny things that you could do. Also, another example could be when you post something, maybe a cover song or a choreography. Somebody comments, wow, amazing. And you straight away deflect the compliment from yourself and you say, oh, you too, I love your version of this song. It's okay, we all do it, we all want to support our friends and other artists, but pause for a second, breathe, let the compliment sink in. And we do the same in real life as well. When somebody gives you a compliment, don't just say, oh, thank you, you too. No, just say, thank you. Can you spot the difference? The first one is rushed. It's like, no, don't look at me. No, I'm not beautiful. You too. You're beautiful too. Yes, they are beautiful too, but in that moment, you are beautiful, okay? Just take it. And the same on social media. You create something good, somebody compliments you, just say, thank you, okay? If you want to be successful, start to get comfortable with 2 seconds of spotlight, okay? Just take it, feel it, accustom yourself to the spotlight, okay? It will come natural to you, I promise you. Or maybe you are into astrology and your crush, who is a very rational quality engineer, sends you a friend request. You immediately check all your feed and delete that post about Mercury retrograde that's affecting your mental health, because you don't want to offend people who don't believe in astrology. That's just an example of you hiding your true self, hiding your greatness, hiding your passion. Or maybe if your boss starts following you on Instagram and you're like, hold on, let me remove the post about my pole dancing video not to look like a whore, which is absolutely not true. You're awesome. I actually know a doctor who is also a pole dancer, and the two things don't contradict each other. Are you able to feel calm and secure in your wholeness, in your authenticity? Why do you have to dim your light and pretend to be somebody you're not? Why do you have to tell your mom that you're a yoga teacher while in reality you're a shamanic priestess? Let's have the courage to own ourselves and own who we are. You could be a pole dancer and the most reliable person in the office. If people like you, that's good. If not, that's good as well. But if you're going to deny parts of yourself in order to please others, you're going to lose your mind and you're going to lose yourself. And now let's get into the solutions. How to overcome fear of success. Number 1, awareness. Knowing the root cause of a problem can make us relax and look for a solution. All these fears, fear of success, fear of fame, fear of being beautiful, fear of the spotlight, fear of failure, they all fall into the umbrella of the biggest fear of all, which is fear of death. Our body is just trying to protect us and to keep us alive, okay? It's trying its best. So be kind with yourself. Just know that your body thinks that it's acting in your favor. Just wants to keep you in the safe zone. Because if you don't expose yourself, there's not going to be problems, right? That's what your body thinks. Pay attention next time you deflect a compliment, next time you procrastinate, next time you write 90% of your book and then give up, thinking that it's too risky. Know that this is just our ancestral fear of being ostracized by society. We are terrified that our book could be destroyed and we could get kicked out of society, kicked out of our family for daring to express our truth. But know this, know yourself, your body is trying its best to protect you. Love it, give it a hug, but do it anyway. Just do it, baby. You are meant to do great things and there's no other way. Just do it. Number 2, which is connected with number 1, feel the fear and do it anyway. Emotions are not good or bad. They are just energy in motion. Just feel the emotion moving through you, feel the emotion penetrate you, and then do it anyway. I promise you, you have more to gain than you have to lose. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you practice, the more competent you become and the more confident you become. I remember the time when it became normal to go to the middle of a busy street, set up my microphone, my amplifier, and just start singing. I was just part of the environment. Some people were walking, some people were shopping, and I was singing. I was allowed to be there. That was me. It just felt normal. It wasn't always like that, but when I was doing consistently, that just became my new normal. And there's going to be a time when showing up in your greatness, wearing what you want to wear, singing what you want to sing, and being a best-selling author is going to become your norm. You're going to raise the bar. Number 3 is my favorite advice. Another thing you can do is creating an alter ego, especially if you're a performer. An alter ego can add a little bit of separation between you and the person you would like to embody. If anything goes wrong, you can blame the alter ego. It was Slim Shady who messed up, not you. The alter ego is not a fake self. It is the most confident, successful, beautiful, talented version of yourself. In other words, your alter ego is a confident badass. Embody that energy for a second. Fix your posture. Walk with your shoulders back and your chin up. Walk in life like you mean it. Walk, talk, and act as if you already made it in life. Try to think about who you would like to become and start acting like that person today. Again, it's not about being fake. It's about accessing your full potential, what you could become if you let go of fear. If you want to change your reality, start changing your identity. Start changing how you see yourself and start seeing yourself as the person you could become if you let go of fear of success. Number 4, no regrets. This is a very Aries moon solution. So imagine yourself at 90 years of age, weak in a hospital bed and ready to go to heaven. You look back at your life and you think, I wish I had the courage to do what I wanted. If I only had one more day, I could try. Imagine that, and that enough should be a strong image, like it should be enough to make you act now, because we don't know how much time we have on this earth, and this should give you a sense of urgency. okay? You want to share your authentic self before it's too late. You want the world to know you for who you are. You can pretend this is not true, but we all want to be ourselves. We are so sick of pretending. We're so sick of wearing a mask in society, pretending to be normal. We're not normal. And then one day you're old and you think, I could have become an author. I could have become a singer. I could have become an entrepreneur. But you didn't do it because you were scared of what other people would think, because you were scared of not being able to handle it. You were born on purpose, and then you were given a purpose. It's up to you to find out what it is, and then sign that agreement with blood, like whatever it takes, you're going to stay on purpose. We are not immortal, but our art and our contribution to society can be. Don't you want to leave a legacy? Don't you want to be legendary? Don't you want to be read in 300 years? Think about it. Go all the way. You could be the next, I don't know, Napoleon if you want to. The world needs you in your authenticity, not the one that plays small and is afraid to be phenomenal. Number 5, visualize success and get accustomed to it. I want you to visualize what you want, to visualize the best version of yourself. And every night before falling asleep, visualize this person. What are they wearing? How do they talk? Where do they live? What do they do from the moment they wake up until they go to bed? Replace mindless scrolling with intention and manifestation and see what happens. If you want to be like them, start acting like them. Start telling yourself, I am a successful musician, instead of, I wish one day to become a successful musician. Replace, I want to be rich with, I am rich. Start focusing on what you already have. This is just my point of view, and you don't have to agree with everything I said in this video. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. No offense here. I just wanted to share my thoughts because I'm done playing small and hiding my authenticity. I may not be the best YouTuber and the best speaker at all because I am a writer, but this is me, okay? I can improve, but this is more true self than other things I may do just out of survival. People crave authenticity these days more than ever, so be the one who inspires them to be authentic. People often see my feed on Instagram and they direct message me, you look like you have an amazing life. But guys, I'm not even using 20% of my potential. You don't know what I'm capable of, and I don't even know what I'm capable of. And it's the same for you. We're not used to think about 100% of our potential. Just thinking that big gives us headaches. It's like thinking about thousands of millions. We're just used to think about what we have in front of ourselves, just maybe a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand. No, expand your mind, because if there are movie directors out there, famous best-selling authors, famous singers, famous public speakers, famous researchers, and so on, if they can do it, so can you. They are not different from you. They are just regular people who believed in themselves. Now we're getting close to the end of this video. I hope my words encouraged you to step into your greatness and do what makes you happy. Whether it's wearing a dress or writing that song that's been waiting for you for the last 4 years because you were scared to let it out. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. It really helps me grow, as this is a new project I'm working on and every little interaction can help me immensely. So I appreciate you. Thank you for staying till the end of the video, and I'm going to reward you with a set of affirmations that I created for you. So you can listen to these affirmations and repeat them out loud if you feel like. And I hope they can help you become the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching. I allow myself to be seen and heard. It's okay to be seen. It's okay to be beautiful. It is safe to be me. I allow myself to shine my own light and bring my authenticity to the world. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of winning a gold medal. I am worthy of winning the lotto. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of all the best that life has to offer. Another person's success doesn't take away from my own. I am safe and protected at all times by the universe and by my loved ones, including my guardian angels. I am my authentic self in all interactions. I am my authentic self on social media. I am confident in front of a camera. I am calm and relaxed when I enter a crowded room, as I know who I am and I know that I am worthy to be there. I am not afraid to look people in the eyes, especially if I find them attractive. I am my authentic self even when the whole world is watching. I remove distractions and I'm 100% focused on my dreams. I know that people are going to judge me, but I am confident in myself and I won't let this bother me. I love to wear beautiful clothes that make me feel amazing. I respect myself and I deserve the best. I easily express myself through my style, even if it's not trendy. I am not afraid to express myself and my creativity on social media. I add value to society. I always express my creative ideas, no matter how good or bad. I don't judge them. I express myself through my voice and my songs. My book is going to change the world. I allow all sides of myself to shine and brighten up the world. I am ready to unlock my full potential. I allow myself to be seen in my greatness. Thank you.